Okay, well, I don't think we've got 99 problems, but the bull is definitely one of them. And he's got no strength in that back end. He just wobbles if you push him. Don't forget, folks, if you haven't already, click on that subscribe button, hit the little bell. It'll give you all the notifications when the new content's up each week from the farm. Don't miss out on anything that way. So yeah, the bull, we noticed earlier he wasn't standing quite right on his feet, on his back feet. So the plan was to take him up the road, get him up to the handling facility so we could have a proper look at his feet. We got all set up with the trailer and everything ready to go, and he'd lay back down again and didn't want to get up again. So we managed to have a look at him just lying in the pen. We've given him a shot of painkiller and anti-inflammatory. We've had a chat with the vet. They're going to leave us some antibiotic out for him in case he's got an infection. I mean, he's not too bad, but there's definitely something not quite right with him. Hey, not quite right, eh, Sid? So, yeah, we got a bit of a look at him earlier. Unfortunately, I let Mum have a go with the camera earlier, and she's not. She's too busy looking at what's actually happening to pay attention to where the camera's pointing. So, apologies for a bit of the footage. It's not the best. Yeah, let's have a look. Come on, Sid. You come in through here. Alright, mate. He's not got his weight properly on his feet. He's kind of leaning forwards on them and not putting them down flat. So there's something wrong, isn't there, mate? So what we're going to do is we're going to take him up to where the handling facilities are up the road. I'm sure there's nothing in his feet because he's been in here for long enough, and there's nothing in the straw. There's no stones or anything like that. So it's highly unlikely there's something in his feet, and also two back feet at the same time. Highly unlikely. So he's probably picked up a bit of an infection from somewhere. So we've spoken to the vet. They're going to sort us out with some antibiotics, but as a first precaution, we thought we'd go take him up and have a look at his feet, as it's easy to do and doesn't cost anything. So by the time we got ready to take Sid up to the handling facility, he had laid back down again and didn't want to get back up. So we managed to have a look at in his feet while he was just lying on the floor, which was the main reason for taking him up there in the first place. And there was nothing there, as we thought. So we gave him a shot of the Loxicon anti-inflammatory, and we'll see how he goes on with that, don't we? Right, so you got a bit of bare skin. Okay, good lad. Steady. Alright, good lad. Good. Good. Right, so that's 10 mils in, which is the maximum you're supposed to put in one place, but you need a bit more. Have you got the bottle? Right, a bit of an update on Sid. We decided that he quite clearly didn't have an infection, so we decided against the antibiotics. So he's not had that. he's just had the one dose of the anti-inflammatory Loxicon. But we decided to get the vet out to have a look because, as you can see, the way he's standing is really not right. That lower bone, let's get my finger in, lower bone there in his leg should be near enough vertical, not at that daft angle. So there's clearly something not right. So we got the vet out, and the vet basically confirmed that, or his opinion was, it's something in his back, it's neurological. So that basically means similar to trapped nerves in a human, but it's not exactly paralysing him, but it's obviously severely limiting what he can do with his back end, which is not good. Obviously a bull's main purpose is to stand on his hind legs and serve cows, so if he can't do that, unfortunately, he becomes rather useless. So the vet said hopefully he'll get better on his own. There's nothing much we can do for him that he knows of. If he's not better within 3 months or so, he won't be getting any better after that. So it's kind of fingers crossed, really. I mean, he's not in any pain. He's reasonably contented, as you can see. But you know, we've only had him for a year. He's only a young bull. He's supposed to be here for 6, 8, 10 years. But if he can't use his back, then that'll be it. He'll have to go, which is really sad because he's a really lovely guy. We have had a lamb in the past which had a very similar thing, completely lost the use of its back end, and it regained that and had a normal life. Carried lambs for a few, however many years it lived for. So it is possible for them to get better, but obviously a bull is a much bigger animal than a lamb, and needs a lot more use. That's nonsense, isn't it? Uses the back a lot more, relies on it a lot more than the lamb does. So, not feeling too great at the minute. It's not a great thing to happen. It is known of for bulls to get this kind of thing, but it usually happens when they're serving cows. They do the back in as they jump up. Look at him walking properly on his tiptoes, and he's got no strength in that back end. He just wobbles if you push him. I know what I was saying. I was saying that it is known to happen with bulls, but normally it's when they're serving cows, and they obviously injure their back as they jump up or down. But none of these animals in here have been in season. He's had there's only 2 of them in this pen, and he can only have slipped on the floor somehow. Really don't know how it's happened. He's not done anything. So yeah, it's just a waiting game. We'll obviously keep you updated on how he progresses and what we ultimately decide to do. But not the kind of video I would have liked to have made. But such is life, such is farming. It's one of the things you have to deal with, unfortunately. So anyway, guys, right, I'm about to clean these out because they're a little bit mucky at the front here, so it's time for a clean out. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you enjoy the right thing, give it a thumbs up, click on that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one.